is getting the axe. The port at Big Beaver is set to shut down next April. The Canadian Border Services Agency says there's not enough traffic to keep it open. But as CJME's Haley Greek reports, one group is fighting to make sure it does.
There's quite a bit of support for keeping this open.
Lee Cook is an American who farms on both sides of the border. He's also a member of NOPE, or Not Our Port of Entry. The group is against the decision to close down Big Beaver, saying it will cause a ton of problems.
For a lot of us, that's our closest place to get the repairs for our equipment and or the equipment we buy for our farming.
Cook says the group has contacted the MP of the area and several surrounding rural municipalities to help back them up. But he's having trouble getting support from the provincial government.
I would think that they would be willing to have somebody at our meeting, and they said that they couldn't be at our meeting, and I'm a little disappointed in that.
If the port of Big Beaver shuts down, Cook says the U.S. side most likely will too. He thinks it's strange, seeing as the U.S. was planning an $8.5 million upgrade to the port of Whitetail on the Montana side of the border. Haley Greek, News Talk Radio, Regina. A Thanksgiving dinner success for many needy people in Regina. Salt Harbor Community Coordinator Aaron Cross says that roughly 650 people came out for the dinner this afternoon.
You know what, it was a little lower than last year, but you know what, it was still very successful.
Cross says they had about 710 people last year, which was the biggest turnout ever. The dinner was held in the basement of the Good News Chapel in Regina's North Central. CJME News Time is 5:02. News on demand at newstalk980.com. It will be a restful Thanksgiving for some farmers. More and more of them are taking advantage of this last blast of summer to bring in whatever crop they managed to seed.
That's right, we give thanks.
Dale Lazurko is pretty much done harvest on his land near Yorkton. Hasn't been easy though. In fact, he still has some low spots that will need another week to dry out. But he and many others in his area are taking time this weekend to give thanks.
Most of the guys are winding down because a lot of them did not seed the lot. Like I seeded a third of my acres.
It's been a very stressful year, but it always could have been worse. Brendan Wagner, News